Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the first edition of TACT 2014. Today we have a conversation on digital marketing. Topic for today is first viral, then what? Converting digital content into action. So let's meet the facilitators. Today we have two people presenting, Mr. Wale Ekundayo and Mr. Leke Akinpelu. Wale has been with Verdant Zeal for over 2 years. He has a background in macrobiology and now he's focused in digital. It's no big wonder that he transited from microbiology into digital. Microbiology, the study of viruses, and digital content, the study of viral content. Please let's put a hand together for Wale Ekundayo. Next, we have Leke Akinpelu. He's also been with us for over 2 years. He started his career as a mass communication student, and he also has an MBA in PR management. So if you're in crisis, please call Leke Akinpelu. He has worked on brands such as GT Bank and NESG and Unilever. So put our hands together for Leke Akinpelu.
We're going to start very briefly. We're going to be talking about first viral, then what. It's kind of an interesting topic, which we found ourselves to be talking about today, especially in the area where we have quite a lot of content and examples, and so in as much as we're going to be doing this, we're going to try as much as possible not to bore you. So like she said, and I don't think I should disappoint, that I have a background in microbiology, so I'm going to briefly talk about virus. So you might want to get your pen and paper. All right. So very quickly, how many? What do we understand by virus? Aside from HIV. Does anybody else know what a virus is? Please, I would appreciate if we can make this interactive so that you guys don't sleep off. Alright, allow me.
Virus, to my understanding, is anything that can militate against proper functioning of something. Alright. Anything that can militate against proper functioning of something, that sounds like a mouthful. Now, from a microbiology point of view, a virus is usually a replica of something. So what you have is just the same way you have virus in the body, you have virus as well in computers. So what a virus does is that it actually comes as an element or as an organism, and it enters into whatever system, be it computer, body system. It attacks your DNA, right? And replicates your DNA using its mitochondria. And once it does that, it actually takes over the entire body system. That your body is not sure of its makeup anymore. It begins to think like, okay, I'm a virus, and so it replicates, duplicates. And so whatever the virus tells your body to do, that's what it does, all right? So we're also going to be looking at the content in which we've been given to speak about, which is first viral, then what? So before we go ahead, we're going to show a video. I'm not sure this particular projector is well positioned, but if you can, it would be nice for you to watch this. It's a 3-minute clip.
My name is Foxy.
We drop beats and crack your cranium. Bring it on. You can bang the drum. You can bang the drum. You can bang the drum, you can bang the drum. Bring it on. You can bang the drum, you can bang the drum. We will play along, we will play along. What goes upon is pandemonium. Who's in the sushi with plutonium? Radiate, I can reach uranium. When we drop beats, I'll crack your cranium. We roll shots on the beats we're rolling on. Even with the bombs, so we'll get hold of them. Solder them, and we're about to blow. With a cocktail from you, bits of zirconium. You wanna go some? You wanna spar? Well, we can bang the drum at your door. You wanna go some? You wanna spar? Yeah, we can bang the drum at your door. Bring it on. You can bang the drum, you can bang the drum. You can bang the drum, you can bang the drum. Bring it on. You can bang the drum, you can bang the drum. We will play along, we will play along.
Is this real life? I feel funny. I have 2 fingers. I can't see anything. Why is this happening to me?
Leave Britney Spears alone right now!
What is the best sex you have ever had?
Ah! Oh! Ow! Ow, Charlie! Ah! Charlie! That really hurt! I said I'm gonna kick his ass.
What have we started here? What have we done? The outcome was always clear. The path mutually assured. Now what are you waiting for? Leroy Dragon! You can bang the drum, you can bang the drum. You can bang the drum, you can bang the drum. Bring it on. You can bang the drum, you can bang the drum. We will play along, we will play along. Bring it on. You can bang the drum, you can bang the drum. Bring it on. You can bang the drum, you can bang the drum. Bring it on. You can bang the drum, you can bang the drum. Bring it on. We will play along, we will play along.
Bye.
Alright, I'm sure this particular video captured your attention. We're going to make bold, we're going to be making some bold statements as regards marketing communications after this whole exercise. Now, it's quite interesting that we can get, all of these videos seem like accidental. Some of them might be planned, some of them might be orchestrated in some ways. What we're going to be trying to do is, because at the end of every kind of conversations, you must make conclusions, and your conclusions must drive you closer to what it is that you want to do. For instance, we're currently on Bring Back the Girls. How many of us know where that thing started from? Bring Back the Girls. Bring Back the Girls. Okay, actually it started out from Obi Ezekwesili making a speech at some point. So it wasn't actually on Twitter. It started from her making a speech. And somebody tweeted about it, 2 guys, one the Brian guy, and tweeted, "Ash, bring back the girls." And then it went viral that way, right? So some of these things are not really, so to speak, orchestrated. Like we start out to do this, and then we ended up with this. Afterwards, there's gotten over 1 million tweets. So we're going to be making, like I said, bold statements in terms of, in the marketing communication space, certain elements that you can put together and you'll be able to get viral content. All right? It's no news that some of us get briefs and we see our clients say things like, we want you to come up with a viral solution, something that will go viral. We want you to do something viral. Every time we get that level of brief, especially on digital space, and some of us even on the other side. So
with me, like we've been introduced to Leke. Also, we'll be sharing case studies on exactly what has gotten viral in the Nigerian market, and then we look at the whole stretch. So we will be talking about other things. It's going to be very informative along the lines of viral content. So as soon as it's done, we're going to do other things.
So Wale has been able to give us a brief background into what a virus is and what to expect from this topic of the discuss. So I'm very sure each and every one of us in this room at a point in time has come across a viral video, anything regarded as a viral content, be it an image, a video, infographics, be it anything that basically has virality in its DNA. Now, we have on a daily basis we come across viral content, and each and every one of us here through our interactions on social space, maybe our Twitter handle or our BBM, we've been able to come across or share one particular thing that is viral in nature. Now, what are those types of things that we regard as viral content? For the purpose of this discourse, I'm going to just mention for which are images, videos, infographics, and web-based content, be blogs or vlogs. Now, we all at a point in time on our BBM or on our social space or on our Twitter have how many times have you seen a video on an image on your BBM or a PM someone put on and it catches your fancy and you're like, wow, okay, this is interesting. I would like to share this to my friends, and it happens every time. We see videos, we see images, we see content, PMs that attract our consciousness, and we're like, okay, fine, this is nice, and we want to share it. So we share different things, different images, different viral content for different purposes. But then before I go forward, let's give a brief explanation of what viral marketing, because in this context we're trying to explain, in the marketing communication context, we're trying to see what viral marketing is. So viral marketing, we hear it on a daily basis. What does it entail? Well, viral marketing, as it's a technique, so to say, it's a technique that encourages people to pass or share across viral content across the social space. Basically, that's what it means. And one thing we should know that we're sharing things on the viral space, on the social space, basically for free. So if I see something goes viral, I'm not paying any call. Viral content, basically. So viral marketing, how did it come about? The origin, the history of it. At any point in time, viral marketing, what the origin, the history, how did it come about? Just one word: Hotmail. Hotmail is a free web-based internet service provider. So when they started in the early 2000s, and they're like, oh, how do we entice customers? How do we get new customers to sign up onto our platform? What they did was, okay, Hotmail, when they were about starting they wanted to entice new customers into their platform, and they thought, okay, how do we go about this? At the footer of every Hotmail mail that is sent from an Hotmail account, they add this link, hyperlink that says, do you want a free email? If yes, why don't you sign up? And believe it or not, that strategy worked. It went viral, so to say, that what we know as viral state, that was how it all started, because the strategy encouraged friends, colleagues, business partners, and so on and so forth that comes across the viral content to to sign up for this free web-based internet service provider. So that is where we came across virality. Anyway, what is known as viral marketing today, that basically is the origin of it.
I'm going to borrow a leaf. I mean, we actually use something along those Hotmail line. So I will be sharing a live case study with you on what we've done with the Hotmail
example. But before then, there's been quite a number of interesting things along the lines of viral. How many of you guys remember the 3 Orange Men? Okay, it will show how old you are. I don't expect Festus to understand 3 Orange Men. It's too. All right. How many of you guys also remember Paco Superstar?
That should not be recorded.
Okay. How many of you remember the VP? What's it called? They used to no GP. That's GP. How many of you remember GP? Okay, so we are old. Okay. All right. There was a particular one, Visco oil. Super Visco. Yeah. Aha. Engine fatigue. I'm sure we remember that. Now, so the concept of viral has gone way back. It's not a question of right now. Viral content has always been with us for a very long time. The mediums and platforms in which we use viral content is what has changed. But nothing has changed along the lines of the fact that, it's been there. I mean, the ad agency back then who brought in the 3 Orange Men attempted the viral content where people were going to be talking about it. Now, one of the other interesting part of it is the fact that even old people do viral content as well. So there was a time where we had the killer beans. I'm sure you guys remember the killer beans, where you don't eat these beans, if you eat it, you die. And then people were sharing fake testimonies of different people doing what at different times. So the concept of viral is not because we have Twitter now. It's not because we have Facebook. It has always been. In fact, there was a time where the telecoms attempted the viral concept as well, which is if you receive a call, a number, you just die. You just start coughing blood and then you die. And so, I mean, my mom would call me and say, don't, if anybody calls you, just switch off with you when you're about sleeping. Now, those things are actually attempts at something. There is an objective in mind. I'm sure you guys must have seen other things like there is a bottle in the Nestle food, and so children shouldn't take it or mothers shouldn't take it, and something. Most of it are actually negative. But we need to also look at the positive ones. So I'm going to share one particular example. So in recent times, Dipo actually shared a babies crawling out of, I don't know how many of you guys saw that particular video where babies were crawling out. Particular concept was, it has its origin with people having to sell beds, actual bed for, that normal babies can sleep. Because we were trying to prove a point that most babies after 1 year old, they don't want to be caged any longer. They want to have that freedom of expression. And as a matter of fact, their sales grew by 40%. They they put cameras in strategic locations where babies are, and then they saw them crawl out. And of course, I'm sure most of us will cringe when you see your baby trying to fall off the cot, and then you ask yourself, I can as well just get a bed for this guy, and then, that would solve that particular problem. All right. So, which of course you must have seen other campaigns running side by side. They bring back the girls campaign. What are we trying to say? And this is a national issue, which is quite sensitive at the moment, and so we need to treat it as such. Other things that we are embarking on, what other things do we think we need to make go viral? For instance, we are comfortable in Nigeria that we do not have light. We are absolutely comfortable that power is no issue. And so we can therefore generate our own power by ourselves. What that means is that there are certain things that are sensitive to people and there are certain things that are not sensitive to people. I like some of our contributions that we've made, one of which is objectives. The objective of a particular campaign drives whatever the end result is, justifies if you have made progress or you haven't. I made a classic example, two examples, one with the baby cuts, two is the Nigerian factor, the Nigerian case study on the Unilever aspect. Whatever it is that you put together that goes viral must have a justifiable end, a justifiable means, which is the fact that it's either we're increasing sales, we're increasing awareness, even the awareness must be measurable. And anything digital campaign that you do that is not measurable in any way is not digital. I was actually going to say praise the Lord after that. I'm going to end with this because we've been getting signals. Jokes actually go viral. Jokes go viral, and the reason why they go viral is because it's humor. Some people really don't even have a sense of humor. So I'm going to make an attempt as I wrap up to crack a joke. There was I don't know if you guys have heard about this joke before. It actually went viral. And one of the first things you don't do, somebody asked me a question at some point that why do viral videos don't go viral? I said because they put the word viral. So the moment you say this is a viral video, if you see an artist and he says this is a viral video, it actually repels people that no, I'm not going to watch this. Alright? So the joke is this. There was a guy who had electrical problems in his house, and then he called an electrician. The man had two beautiful girls, daughters. And so when the man was fixing the lights, he was using plier initially. And so the girls were like, this guy is so talented. The guy removed the plier, he started using his hand. And they're like, wow, this guy is talented. He stopped using his hand, started using his teeth. And that time, Nepa was gracious. And so Nepa brought the light. And the girls that were saying he was talented started saying that, what is money? So we're going to end with this video. It's a collage of videos. And will basically bring us to the close, and then we can ask questions. So our conclusion is still this. Whatever it is that we do, that which is the what next, we need to always bring our viral campaigns back to the objective. And then once the objective is met, then we have
And sorry to buttress what Wale said. Let us all assume let's assume the organ at the top hashtag.
Of course, is becoming viral because there is a clarity to convergence. Everybody converges, but marketing, anything that has a marketing, which is where there's been a lot of challenge with successful viral marketing campaign, is not as much as you find the things that are not marketing related. People have tried to say, why can't a brand jump on bring back our girls? If a brand tries to do it, he loses his merit immediately. Not just the brand alone, but even the campaign. So, because there's nothing that converges everybody's interest when it comes to marketing, you have different opinions. It's either I'm for Paul or you're for Apollo. Differences will be there. But anything that goes viral on its own, like Oga at the top, as you said, the reason is that it was nobody had any whatever. It was a common interest that this guy messed up. And we all have been waiting to say that Nigeria, people who are in power in country and in place of authority are misfits. So there's a common interest. People who occupy power in Nigeria are misfits. So it was a good opportunity to show one to the world that there is a misfit. So everybody went on for that. Bring back our girls. Is successful today because everybody is saying we need help. So it was a good opportunity to shout as much as we can to say, come and help us. You get something that can, so it's not that it's not possible. But in these examples, if you want to take it into marketing realm, it may not be as much as you can find that kind of convergence.
Thank you very much. Which is why we were at made an attempt, and the attempt was to bring in common things like humor, like what are the elements like drama, like the surprise, the suspense, intrigue. Those are the things that we actually have to put together to bring that. The stronger point of view, which is where you get it naturally, is, like you said, common interest. Once you can have that level of common interest, and of course in marketing, you can't be associated with certain things, which is why it's a whole lot more difficult. So, for instance, I think the light boy case study was more successful because people do not want children to die. And I think that was why it was actually a lot more successful, because naturally you don't want, you really don't. For instance, if it was, imagine a campaign saying bring back our boys. I'm sure that will work, because people will be more interested.
Also, looking at it from the marketing perspective, you need to understand that for a marketing campaign, there must have been a set objectives to be met for the marketing campaign to achieve its set objectives. So you want to achieve with a viral video. And one thing you need to understand is viral videos are not something. It might think you are creating a viral video, like Wale said earlier. If you tell people that okay, this is a viral video, it might go against what you are even aiming to achieve in the first place. So I think viral video, these are not things, anything viral, not just videos anyway. Images, these are not things that you can actually achieve in a studio, orchestrated in a studio. I think basically there are some elements that should, be inherent in your viral whatever you see or whatever your viral content is. So I think basically, to an extent, it can be achieved. The virality has been to achieve, but then there are no hard or fast things about it, and it is not 100% certain.
I just wanted to add a little bit of my own comments to what has been said. I think 2-3 things come out clearly in the issue of viral content. One is that the most incisive and prominent ones are not the ones that you really plan. As you can see from some of the videos that we've established here this morning. And I think that is the fact that there's a certain degree of spontaneity to it. Alright, so the ones that you don't plan are the ones that create a lot of currency. And so it's also very spontaneous, and that spontaneity is what I think gives its own life. That there's clearly a challenge for marketing communication, because I think the ones that are planned do not have the same level of currency like these other ones have, because obviously there are objectives, there are rational objectives that you want to meet. Those objectives might be objectives of sales, might be objectives of visibility, might be objectives of recognition or resonance. So it'd be a bit more difficult because you're conscious of meeting certain criteria. Now, the ones that go and have a life of their own that we consider incisive and interesting also have a dimension of humor to it, right or wrong. Hello? There's a dimension of humor to it. So when you analyze either Oga at the top, or you analyze there is God, these bloods that you are sharing. The handkerchief was already on her lap. Alright, and I think she will have done some rehearsal. And the truth is also that when you analyze it, they are the ones that brought the cameras in. Because that thing they didn't need to be aired. But they called the cameramen, they called the TV crew, the networks, so that they can see that the first lady is empathic, and that's the reason why she had.
So it was planned, sir.
Yeah.
So viral video, it was planned.
So what I'm saying that's my own observation, and it doesn't mean whatever. I think it was planned. But the point I'm trying to make from that is just like I've observed, there's no way you can, and I'm talking marketing communication now. There's no way you can convert that into marketing communication gain in the real sense. Alright, so there's a little more work, or if you like, there's a lot more work for us to do as marketeers and as communicators to see how can you bridge the gap in the area of people's interest when it comes to things that are viral, and converting that to comparative advantage for the brands or the services that you handle. I think it's a mindset. Can we have one house, please? I think it's a mindset that if you understand those innate things that drive people to want to share videos that they consider potentially viral, how do you, how do you drive home that advantage when you understand that as a basis? I think the bigger challenge is that we've not looked at this as a discipline on its own, but I imagine that some of us are even understanding for the first time that there's something even called viral marketing. All right. And as a discipline, what you'll find is that because today there's a great deal of convergence in the use of devices, your phones, the tablets you use, and so on and so forth, there's a great deal that can be done, that can be achieved. Hey guys, wake up to the reality. Not many people are reading newspapers anymore, and that's the truth. Hello? Yeah. And the ones that are reading online. So if you see what Simon Kolawole did recently, that's the reality. A lot more people are reading Premium Times. A lot more people are reading Sahara Reporters because they have the advantage of reading it on their devices. These are all the things that we need to intuitively understand the fundamentals of how they will aid viral marketing. And to that extent, the new taste of marketing that's emerging today. So for me, it's the dynamism of understanding that the habits and attitudes of the average consumer is changing, and changes as per what technology permits, as per what the environment permits, as per what the government allows. Alright? Yesterday we heard that in Thailand, first they started by saying, oh, it's a martial law, and by yesterday it has become a full-blown coup. Alright? And then they started shutting down the network, they shut down BBC, they shut down CNN. But people still found a way. People still found a way by communicating through their phones. And that's what has helped in Egypt. That's what helped in Tunisia. That's what helped in a lot of the places where there's a great deal of shutdown. The point I'm trying to make is that marketing is not static, and marketing is not the way you used to know it traditionally, like you have to do your buying and selling through the pages of newspaper or billboards the way you know it, or even on radio the way you know it. So it's about what challenges our creativity, but that must always resonate with the average consumer in the way and the manner that they take and make their purchase decisions. Thank you.
Chai.
Thank you, Wale. Thank you, Leke. Please let's round together again for them. Okay, so this brings us to the end of TACT. From the questions and the comments, it was very participatory, and I assume everyone enjoyed themselves. So next TACT is June 20th. We hope to see you there. Thank you for attending. Thank you for watching.
Alright, so what did you feel about TACT?
Fine. I can very enjoy myself.
Okay. Yeah.
Today I really enjoyed myself. Seriously, this is the very first time I'm
TACT. Today was fantastic, so happy you can see. Also, incredible. Education is to go like that, eliminate the parts of greatness. And this has been
I learned a lot of things, meditative and informative. I really enjoyed myself.
Okay.